Today we have another young Indian as part of the Voice of the Young series. Hello, everyone. Good to be with you once again. Today we have with us Rohan Tomar. Rohan will tell us about himself and what he wants to do. Over to you, Rohan.
For sure. Thanks a lot, Subodh, for that introduction, and thank you so much for everyone who's watching this. I'm Rohan. So I actually I'm an engineer. Let's start with that. I think I mean in India a lot of people do engineering and then they figure out what they want to do eventually. So yeah, so I like while I was doing my engineering, I've actually figured out that I'm someone who's really passionate about problem statements in general and who's passionate about startups in general. So I started, I joined a startup. I started working there. So I joined a company called Front Row. I joined as an intern. I got promoted as a program manager, and it was fun. It was one of the best times for me when I learned a lot. A lot of my mentors were IITians, all IITians. I got the opportunity to sort of learn from them. They were coming from different backgrounds. One of my manager was, like a former McKinsey consultant as well. So the kind of learnings I got from there was amazing. Then I eventually moved to companies outside of India. I started working as a remote employee for them. So I was sort of working from India for companies based in Colombia. There was a company called On Top. Then I eventually worked with a company called Recruit Go. I got the opportunity to travel and work from like places like McLeodganj, Kodaikanal in India. I was traveling and working with my laptop from these places. So it was really good. I was exploring different hostels around India and was trying to sort of work from there. I was able to sort of scale up the business for these companies in Asia Pacific. So yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, this remote really helped because what is it? I heard the term workation. What is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually like an excuse for corporate people to just leave the work for a while and yeah.
You go to
I mean,
another city. You work in
yeah,
the time, but in the evenings it's a vacation, right?
it's a vacation. It's actually vacation since the morning. It's just people are pretending that they're working. But yeah, but jokes apart, I think yeah, vacations are actually very much needed for team building exercises. I think I made a lot of friends when I actually started going for these vacations. So besides me, a lot of people were working from India for these companies. I got to meet them through these workations, and we were working out of WeWork offices, co-working spaces. It was fun. It was really good. Yeah.
Okay. So please continue.
For sure. So like let me tell you a story. So I think a lot of these friends, and we got to know each other from. So I had the option to stay in my hometown, that is Gwalior. So I'm coming from Gwalior. Gwalior is a very sort of a historical place, right? But it's a tier two city, tier two, tier three city, right? So I wanted to, uh, I wanted to settle in a city where I'm right exposed to a lot of opportunities. So that's why I chose to eventually work from Bangalore. Even if I was working remotely, I chose to just live there. So I started working there. I made a lot of friends there. And I think the best part about Bangalore, so what I'll tell you about Bangalore. Bangalore is more like a Silicon Valley of India,
Yes.
right? So in Bangalore, the best way to network with anyone is honestly just to go for a walk, have a chai somewhere, and all the people who are standing there, just talk to them. You will find out that there's some product manager just sipping a chai there. Or if you'll go play football, and you would be surprised to know that you're actually playing with someone who has a lot of following on Twitter, or
Yeah.
who's a founder, or who's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I met a lot of people like these. I got the opportunity, so through them, right? So I got these opportunities coming my way. I sort of, yeah, and I kept growing my network, especially in LinkedIn as well. Through that, I kept on going to a lot of meetups that keep on happening. Web3, when it started, its wave in India, I was really curious to explore that as well. So while I was working with the company On Top, we specifically found a use case for these Web3 clients, and so that also helped me connect with a lot of people based outside of India as well, because in these meetups, people from all around the world, Israel and almost all part of the world, they come, especially in the Polygon meetups. I think I would have to mention that I got to interact with a lot of these people. And yeah, I think even my manager was based out of Colombia. He also
Rohan,
visited us
just a
in
second.
Bangalore.
I'm going to
Yeah.
put it on pause. I have
Even my manager, he was based out of Colombia. He visited us in Bangalore, and it was really nice getting to know him, explore, and making him explore India as well. That was fun. So, like, talking about now, I actually moved out. Like, as I thought, I'll take up a break, and at the same time, I really wanted to be a part of this college where I'm currently studying. It's called Masters Union. So it's a new age concept where people we are it's a business school, but we are learning by doing things. So in our curriculum itself, we are supposed to start a lot of startups. Like, for the first term, we are supposed to start a drop shipping business. I'm currently working on a drop shipping business. I'm about to sell retro game consoles again in at this era. So yeah, it's a very interesting concept where like we will be in our way, there will be a lot of challenges that they will throw at us. Here there will be a content creator challenge where we are supposed to be content creators. So yeah, it's a very new concept where even the professors and even the like the lectures are not the traditional way. They happen through a case study methods. It's really interesting. So yeah, I'm currently studying at Masters Union.
but that's in Delhi, right?
Yeah, it's in Gurgaon. Yeah,
But so
it's
you
in.
have left Bangalore.
I've left Bangalore. Yeah, like I
Okay.
really with a sad heart because I was personally in love with the city. It's beautiful. So yeah, Gurgaon is
But
nice.
but what about the traffic jam? We have to walk, right? You can't drive there.
Yeah, at that case, I was lucky. I was like working remotely, so for me, I mean, remote, like traffic was not a problem. But yeah, I think I pity people that that was going to offices every day.
Yeah, okay. All right. So here you are in Delhi, and what else is going on with you?
So here, I mean, like everyone sort of. So we are a batch of 202 people. We every term we have a new challenge for us. So for this term, we have a challenge called drop shipping, where we are supposed to sort of come with businesses. Like, for example, I'm going to source a lot of things. Like, for example, I'm sourcing a retro game console. Have you played Contra, or have you heard about Contra or these game Mario and all back in
I've
the day?
heard, okay,
You
not
have heard, right?
Contra, but
That's okay.
I'm too
Yeah.
old.
No, that's all. That's all right. So yeah, I'm gonna resell these consoles at this age because like now, if you would have noticed that a lot of complexities have come our way, right? A lot of millennials, especially a lot of people who are working in corporates, they are faced with I mean, if you even if someone goes and buy a PlayStation 5, right? A lot of complicated games, a lot of
Yes,
people
yes,
don't really want that.
yes.
So we really want simple things. So in order to bring back that, I'm going to sell these retro game consoles and a new concept altogether
But
again. So
with
that's my
actual money.
with actual money. Yeah. So I'm literally buying these from a supplier and I'm
Yeah,
going to repackage them, redesign them, and then I'm going to sell it back for a
yeah,
profit. So,
yeah.
and these profits will be ours. So, that's a very new concept.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And besides that, like we recently had our design thinking class a few days back. We were given a lot of spaghetti and we were given, like tapes and threads, and we were supposed to make a tall structure with that.
Yeah,
Whosoever has the tallest structure, it's very interesting. Like people came up very interesting designs. So
yeah.
yeah, these things keep on happening. For the next term, we have Into the Wild Consulting, a challenge. It's basically about we are
Wait,
supposed
let me
to, yeah.
just stop you there.
Sure, sure. No worries. Yeah.
That course is, I think, inspired by one of the toughest courses in engineering at MIT, which is
Yeah.
to give people with some very basic household stuff and create something out of it, which is truly engineering marvel. It's one of the toughest courses at MIT, and I think it sounds to me very. I could never do it. I'm
I'm
not
sure you can.
sure.
I'm sure you can. And I think
No,
I
it's beyond. But what I'm saying is that that's what makes MIT MIT. So that they
yeah.
don't just teach you theory; they teach you how to do it. And here you are enjoying the same thing from your
Yeah,
professors. So
for
it's
sure.
great. It's great. It's really great. Okay. All right.
Thanks a
Let's
lot.
continue.
So yeah, I think maybe it is inspired by that, and I think it's actually we are aiming to be one among the Ivy leagues of across the world.
Yeah.
So, and the one more interesting part about the college is that a lot of my professors, a lot of people who teach me, and my mentors are actually corporate leaders. Like
Yeah.
that. So we're gonna learn from parliament members. We're gonna learn from. So one of my teacher right now is Edward Rogers. He was chief knowledge officer of NASA.
Yeah.
back in the days. So,
Yeah.
like him talking about his experience every day. It's very
Yeah.
inspiring to sort of, be in that atmosphere. So,
Yeah, it is. It is. I agree. This is hands-on practical people, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So let's continue.
For sure. So yeah, but this drop shipping challenge, I'm really, so we have sort of figured out a supplier so far. I'm building a Shopify website. So yeah, it's I'm going to make an online store for myself, and I'm going to sell it. So yeah, it's really interesting to, we are actually, we have no idea how to create these websites and how to sort of go about it. But along the way, we are learning all of that from YouTube. I think YouTube has almost everything that we want to learn. With now AI coming our way, ChatGPT, Midjourney, and all of these tools are really helpful as well. Were you able to explore ChatGPT as well? So have you tried using ChatGPT so far?
Yes. Yes.
How's the experience been about that?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what I have used it for. I'm writing a book on public policy, right? Sort of a semi-academic book. Okay? And in it, I want to write about something where in the US, it's called the Master Tobacco Settlement, in which in late 1990s, the tobacco cigarette companies reached a legal agreement, not with the federal government, but with state governments, to pay a certain amount of money per year to help the states stop smoking. Okay, so to kill their own business among the youth, right? But they reached that legal agreement instead of being sued, whatever. Okay, anyway, so I wanted a short, I know about it, but I wanted a short summary of all the actors, all the players, and so on. So in the past meaning 1.5 years ago, I would have researched all the facts and written it myself. But then I asked for a summary. And it's a very good summary. Okay. I'm not going to use that summary in the book, but it helps me to bring out anything that I might have missed. And similarly, I also used it for another part of the book. So it's actually directly useful for summarizing facts. So what I'm using it for is a collection of facts and neatly written up and summarized on a topic that I already am familiar with. So I'm not learning as such from it, but it's a good research assistant for me, right? It's a very good research assistant. And I've also really asked some of my friends how it works and so on. So I have a very good idea, but the way I'm using it is as a very good research assistant. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. That's that's really
gave me. So another part of it was I wanted to show how the smoking programs are more successful than the car safety programs. I'd already written the car safety. So I said, give me the chart on showing the smoking death rates. You get the chart from ChatGPT instead of putting it in Google. So in Google, you put it, you get the websites, and then you read them and you put it together. This one reads Google for you. And basically, I use it so that it reads the various websites, nicely packages and summarizes it and gives it to me. So it's a very good research assistant. I'm not using it to do a thinking or anything, just a very good research assistant. That's how
I think it does help in that. I think, even us, like in Masters Union as well, like we use ChatGPT, and we are actually in touch with this AI instead of us not sort of like using them to help us help ourselves, because I think it's the age where like these tools will be really helpful for everyone. It's the age old question about that whether they are going to replace us or whether the AI is going to replace corporate leaders or corporate employees. I think people using AI, people whosoever will be familiar with the technology is going to actually dominate going forward. So I think it's basically about that. It's it's early adopters always sort of is a good part in terms of any technology that is out there. So we are trying to do that as well. There's also I'm also personally a big AI enthusiast. I've been exploring a lot of these tools. I would suggest you a website called Perplexity. If you search for Perplexity, it's going to help you in your research At the same time, it's going to give you citations as well, so that you can actually go and read the original citation part as well. So it's very interesting for research purpose.
Fine.
Yeah.
All right, fine. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue.
For sure. So yeah, I think, like, I mean, besides that, I think I've been sort of also exploring a lot of these new technologies, especially AI, as I mentioned. I recently tried making a chatbot that can help like my colleagues here in college to get to know other people within the cohort, right? So I sort of tried making the chatbot. I'm still working on it. Because like a lot of times in projects, and a lot of times we need a good collaborator, a good like someone who's really good at a complementary skills. If let's say I'm good at tech, someone should be good at design, someone should be good at something else. So it's very hard to sort of talk to a lot of people and figure out who's good at what. So yeah, this tool really helps. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm still working
Wonderful.
on it.
It's wonderful to see that generations apart, we are using the same tools for doing our work. It's a very flexible tool. You can use it in the way that you want to use it. And yeah, increasingly, we will all be using it a lot more than we used to. But yeah, okay, so good. And chatbots, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know a thing about them except that they annoy me.
Yeah, not the annoying chat box. I'm building a I'm not building a annoying chatbot, but yeah, I personally get really annoyed with some of them as well. Yeah. So
they are so rigid in their, they are not able to handle anything complex so far.
Yeah.
If you you have to say it in the way that they can understand it, and you don't know how they can do it. So if you try normal speech, if you speak more than 10 words, they say, no, I didn't get it. I said, what?
Exactly. I mean, I think AI that can possibly solve this, because AI is almost like you can also I mean, like, AI can play like a consciousness for these chatbot, and can actually interpret answers and can give really good solutions. I mean, people have actually come up with really good bots. Unlike me, I remember back in few years, I think I was in one of the websites, and I was trying to raise a complaint, right, raise an issue, and I was not able to sort of get past the chatbot and actually talk to a customer executive. It's really annoying at times, but I think AI is going to solve that for sure.
Okay, fine, wonderful. And by the way, is this going to spread to Indian languages?
AI?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can actually write in chat GPT in Hindi, in any language it will understand. Also, you can ask it to reply you back in any language as well. At the same time, you can also ask it to act like a linguistic expert. For example, you can ask it to like act like as if you are like as if you are a famous poet. Let's say as if someone is John Elia, for example. You can act like John Elia and write a Urdu poetry for me. It will also write a Urdu poetry for you in the style of John Elia. So it's very amazing how these AI websites are working. So Chat GPT in itself, it's actually Chat GPT full form is basically, it's a generative transform. It's a transformer. It's basically trying to predict what you're saying and predict the next word. So yeah, it works on like what prompts you give to it. The better prompt you give it, the better answer you'll get.
Of course, that is clear.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the same as you ask a professor a question. If you don't frame it properly, then the answer will be vague. Okay, so that's no surprise. You have to know your question before somebody can answer it, right? That's really very important. But it's not a failing of Chat GPT or AI or anybody. If you don't have your question, then no one can easily answer it. Okay.
Yeah, even I think before AI also, like, a lot of these engineers, a lot of people, a lot of coders, right? A lot of times they don't actually know how to, like, okay, which function should I be using, or, what sort of formula I should be using, or what code should I be writing. They actually use Stack Overflow. They used to go back and, and search about, okay, I want to build a program like this. What should I be using? And then, so unless they knew what to ask, even Google or even Stack Overflow, I mean, there was no point. So I think, like nothing has changed. It's just that unnecessary steps has reduced with AI. It can just simply be a one question and one answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's interesting.
Okay. So what else? What do you do for fun?
I sing, so I'm also a vocalist. So I've been singing all my life. That's also yeah. And I was working on a book as well when I was in my college, like when I was graduating, my graduation college. It's called The Whiteboard Stories. I was writing a book called The Whiteboard Stories. It's funny. Actually, it's about me and my flatmates. Then we bought a whiteboard and we promised ourselves that every day we're going to write something there, and we're going to write, like maybe let's say we're going to motivate ourselves, so we're going to write a really good quote, or we're going to just track the days we are sort of spending in the college, but we never wrote anything in that whiteboard. So I'm just compensating with the book that we didn't write anything there.
Yeah.
So I was actually, the book was all about me and my flatmates and my thought experiments. For example, I'm me in a social situation, what I'm thinking. So it was all about that. So I was able to write 5 chapters, but then I sort of was not able to continue it. But I'm still planning to sort of go back at it and start again. So,
and publish it at Amazon. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I mean, like publishing is like, for sure, I'll see about the publishing part. I just like that the happiness you get when the task is done.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it for that. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to singing. What kind of singing?
I've been singing so I've not been classically trained ever, but so the thing was, I started singing when my doctor told me that your speech, like for example, I used to back in the days, I had a speech problem, right? So my doctor told me that when you sing, you don't have you sound perfectly fine. So that's when I started singing, and just like that, I got rid of the problem as well. At the same time, I just continued it, and and then people started noticing that, hey, I sing good, so I just kept on doing that. So yeah, so I actually did that a little like a side hustle for me in Bangalore in my graduation time as well. I used to go to these open mics, try to sing there, try to build a network. Then I used to get some paid shows as well, so I used to perform for people in their corporate parties, or in other, like,
You're that good, huh? You're that good?
Yeah, I hope so.
But they pay you, they're paying you for corporate parties. They aren't going to get.
Yeah.
So what kind of songs did you sing?
Mostly Bollywood, mostly Hindi songs. I really like the indie side of that. I mean, like, unlike US, right? In India, initially a lot of these songs were just coming from Bollywood. Right now, we have our own indie culture as well.
Yes.
That is really nice. It's really good to see that. So yeah, I think I sing all kind of songs. I usually avoid singing English songs because I personally enjoy Hindi songs more. And I'm not good at English songs as well. So that's about that. Besides that, I think like, it's been fun. The kind of network I built there and the kind of confidence. I think everyone, when they're studying, or everyone who's a student, they just need anchors in their life. Any anchor that they find that can give them confidence. That's good for them. So for me, I think it was singing. It was like doing like maybe writing as well. I also did some slam poetry back in the days as well. So wonderful. That also helped me. Yeah.
Wonderful. By the way, Gwalior is not tier 3.
Oh, Gwalior is not tier 3?
Gwalior is not. I've been to Gwalior. It's not
been tier. To Gwalior?
Yeah, I've been to Gwalior. Wow. My older brother was in the narcotics for the central government, and he was posted there. He was commissioner narcotics, and we went there, and we toured around also. It's not tier 3. I know tier 3. It's bigger than Jaipur. Jaipur is my hometown, and I won't call it tier 3. So it's tier 2. Gwalior is a nice place, and it has a lot of history behind it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And of course,
I love that. Yeah.
And those pretty close to all those dacoits.
Yeah. It's actually the Chambal district is very near to Gwalior. And I think the Scindia Palace is very famous there. I mean, the whole Scindia heritage is in Gwalior.
Yeah,
it's really interesting. Yeah. And I love the poha as well. Have you ever tried poha, Gwalior poha or Madhya Pradesh poha?
No.
It's an Indian dish. You should definitely try.
For me, poha is Marathi.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a debate we can have.
I can't debate it because my wife is Marathi. I've had only
Okay,
Marathi poha.
I
So
understand.
I
No, I
can't
understand.
debate that, right?
I understand. I actually there's a funny story around that. I think I was in Maharashtra, so I was in Mumbai. I was shooting courses. Like when I was in my first job, I was supposed to shoot courses. So doing the pre-production part, being on the sets, and and doing the post-production part as well. So I used to sort of make music courses. Working with people who are either celebrities or who are either who are influencers, right? So I used to work with them. So our staple diet used to be vada pav, and in
Yeah,
this poha, I used to
yeah,
find vada pav every corner in Mumbai. And it was so peaceful.
yeah.
These vada pav are one of the best. Do you get vada pavs in US there? What? How's the scene?
In
Oh, okay.
US you get everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the US is, I mean, when I was a student, you got zero. Zero means zero. Okay. Today, it is like, sometimes people come from India and they say, oh my God, I wish I had a store like this in my city because it has everything from every part of India. Okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
and not only India, also, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, etc. So the so-called Indian stores here are really South Asian stores, and you can get anything and everything that you can get anything and everything in a big city in
Mhm.
the US that you can possibly want and perhaps have not even thought of because you aren't from that part of the world. So you
That's
get everything. Okay. So yeah, we get it. But Marathi, so yeah, I know. Okay, let's continue.
for sure. So yeah, that's amazing. I think for me now, like my so now I'm currently more focused with the college I'm currently studying in, and it's a it's a very rigorous course. Like we are actually every day we are working on our dropshipping projects. We are attending classes. We are doing a lot of assignments. We are doing a lot of these different things. We are actually learning management. How to manage our own self, how to manage the time, and at the same time, a lot of these so there's in usual colleges is that there's a companies come for placements right at the end. There's a placement day. For us it's throughout the year, like
Yeah.
companies will keep coming in. You can apply anytime. You can sort of so it's very interesting. At the same time, the focus for me is like I'm aiming to actually start something of my own as well. So I'm just work. So a lot of these ideas in my head, besides drop shipping, I'm going to work on maybe something around something around building for Bharat, building
Yeah.
for tier 2 tier 3 cities of India.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
focus. So let's see how it goes. I mean, I'm currently evaluating a lot of ideas. What
Okay,
would
fine.
possible for me?
All right, let
Yeah,
me ask you one
yeah,
question.
sure.
What's the ratio of men to women in this college?
So it's actually quite good. It's 60 to 40 as of
Yeah.
now. Like 60 men, 40 women.
Yeah.
It's like that,
And in the
40%. So yeah,
faculty, what's the ratio in the faculty? And
I
hardly
think
any women.
no. I think with faculties it would be the other side, just the opposite. I think it will be 60% women and 40% men. I think that's how it would be.
I mean, that is just mind-boggling. It's
Yeah,
mind-boggling.
yeah. I
And
mean,
how
I
was it in
personally,
your engineering college? What was the ratio there, you think?
yeah, it was. I think it was the other way around. It was like I think 60% men, 40% women. Here, the best part, I'll tell you something about this college is that all the like personally, all the managers level stakeholders, right? They are women. They're women for sure.
Yeah.
Because they're really good with people, right? Women are really good with people. So yeah, I think like I really like how the whole college is not just structured around students as well. At the same time, how it is. So this college is also like a startup, right? So it's also sort of the we as students are also able to witness that how they're sort of growing and how they're sort of managing things. So that's also a case study for us as well. Every day we get to see, okay, the kind of the kind of mindset, the kind of growth mindset they have. It's really inspiring. So yeah.
Okay, and by the way, for management courses, I always ask,
Mhm.
how high are the tuition fees?
Tuition fees, yeah, it's I mean like they it's in India it's mostly around like between 25 to 30. That's the range of if anyone wants to get into a really good management college. So
25 to 30,000 rupees a year.
no, it's not about for the entire course it's 25 to 30 lakhs.
Yeah,
That's usually the fees.
yeah,
And the best part about this course is that it's 16 months course. So it's usually an MBA is around 2 years. So for us, it's shorter, and so that we can actually get into a job earlier and we can start earning. And and yeah, a lot of scholarships come in handy as well. I personally, like I mean, I haven't got a scholarship, but a lot of my friends have the scholarship here who are working and who sort of studying. And yeah, I think the ROI you get, you have to calculate that. One have to sort of weigh out the weigh out the investments and how sort of the ROI is going to turn up. So yeah,
Okay.
in that
So
perspective, yeah.
can you get a loan to finance it if you wanted to?
Yeah, it's very easy. Yeah, it's very easy for I think everyone does that, and a lot of banks are very they cooperate really well for that. Yeah,
Okay, Rohan, I'm sorry, I have another interview coming up.
that's all fine.
I
That's
just
all
got,
fine.
so what I'm going to tell you is, let's come back in 1 year.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Okay,
100%.
let's see where
Yeah.
you are in 1 year, how excited you are, what you have achieved. And till then, let's say bye to the viewers, and I'll be back with you in 1 year. Just remind me.
I'll
Remind
be
me
looking
1 year
forward to that.
later, okay? All right. So
I'll be
let's
looking.
say,
I'll send you a
let's say,
calendar right away. I'll
yeah.
send you a
Let's
calendar
write it down now.
right.
Bye to the
Yeah.
viewers now. I'm going to start another one now. And
Sure,
thank
sure.
you, Rohan. It was very, very illuminating. So we'll be in touch. Okay. Bye
We'll be
bye.
in touch. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Okay. The recording is over. I will post it soon. I
Sure.
have to do a little bit of editing, but I do have another call in 3 minutes. So,
Oh, sure. No worries. No worries. Thank you
okay.
so much, sir. Thank you
Yeah.
so much
Bye
for your
bye.
time.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Thank you.